Hopefully it rains some. This stuff looks sad. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna have a better day today. I already solved issues this morning that weren't even my issues, but I got here and the sprayer was moved out of where I parked it and they were loading it with chemical. He said rinsing containers, but I said, why are you rinsing containers into something that I have to empty? So almost didn't have a good time this morning and wasted product, but you know, they're giving away chemical this year, so that is it's a party. Alrighty, we got 2 loads that I gotta spray. We gotta do some messing around. I gotta get this tank empty so that I can actually spray source with no chemical in it, because we gotta do that. Appreciate you guys watching along. Let's have a good day. Little agitation, because if you let chemical just sit around, not really the best thing for it. So this load got loaded like 12 hours ago. And I'm not too... So this field last year, it's a little shorter than I thought it would be at this point. This field last year was a complete failure. The geese came in and destroyed it, ate 70% of it or so. So I replanted. Then it was so wet that it was underwater for like 6 weeks. So this field was a complete failure. Awesome soil. Clearly it's yellow. So we'll get it sprayed and get some fertilizer on it. The source should help. It's a little early on it. I'm gonna say we might be V3. So that's the stage of the plant growth and the leaves that are actually out. So V4 to V6 is really where they want to spray source, but I want to get it cleaned up. I want to be done spraying other than the stuff we just planted. So yeah, I got this. Second cutting is coming along, but keep in mind that wasn't cut that long ago. Less than a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then it didn't rain. But this ground is very fertile. You just got to make sure you're doing it right. Wet years, it's extremely wet. Dry years, it grows good corn. So it should be halfway decent. But I'll let this keep agitated a couple minutes, and then we'll get this done. Met a horse. There was a rider on the horse, but the horse was there, and it was pretty afraid of the tractor. Well, she's far enough along. So I pulled over to let the horse go by, and then it was still skittish, so shut the tractor off and just sat there. We're done with this tank load. It actually worked out perfect. I got maybe 10 gallons in it. So I'm down that goat path that we cleared that tree and added the stone. Stone made all the difference. I wish there was stone along all of it just to make it nicer. We might have to do that to get trucks in here. Granted, it's like 2 acres, but it's close to the farm. But yeah, all right here. After 31 years of my life of scraping equipment and denting fuel tanks, and I don't know why I didn't cut that tree down earlier, and we put this stone because there's a big rock there and it makes it a little easier to come through here. Just got to make sure you don't hit anything. So that was much better than it used to be. Used to have to sneak around that tree there, and I don't think this sprayer would have fit in there even. I did it because the corn planter didn't want to go around it. I don't think this sprayer would have hit the trees, so we're good there. We're gonna go flush this tank, load it with just water, and we're gonna go spray source on the land that I cultivate, and that's the reason we cultivate it, because no pesticide. I'm not using pesticides on that ground. And then we're gonna load enough water, and I got some land over there that I'm trying to think exactly. I got 6 acres over there. Yeah, just about 6 acres at another spot that will get it. So then we'll mix a load, and then we'll be done spraying. So I'm hoping the stuff over there looks pretty good. We'll see. I gotta go stick my nose out here so that I can get far enough to shut that gate. We got all the lights on. So we'll leave the spray nozzles. We'll fill this with some water. Take a guess of how long this lock has been in this tree. Yeah. It's been there all my life. Got my stick that literally has been here for the last 3 years. Nobody's stolen it yet. Holds that gate open. We are back. What I'm gonna do is just flush the inside of the tank out. So open it up. Not much left. That yellow is Prowl. I'll rinse it out and then fill it with water. This sure takes a lot longer than a 3-inch hose, but we'll let that fill. I need 12 acres worth, so 250 would be 11, 275. We're gonna go get some lunch. What are you doing, Andy? It's my sister's racehorse. Well, she never raced it, but it was a racehorse. He's got a tattoo on his lip. You're related to somebody famous. What is it? We're gonna have to put it in there. Your like grandfather was a... I'll ask my brother, he remembers. But you made like 600 bucks in your life, because you can look back. If you don't know, horse people, this is a fly mask so that the flies don't get to his eyes. He can still see me. I can vaguely see his eyes there. But you're an old boy now. So, alrighty. You want to get in the AC and get some lunch? And we'll come back and we'll fill up some Source. And we're going to go spray our last bit. Yeah? You having a good day? You having a good day? He hates the heat. Half full. We're ready to rock and roll. Gotta eat lunch first. I'm not a huge Greek fan guy. I like some Greek food, but yeah. Pita and Chelmsford there. It's across from the taco place, actually. 5 minutes away. Top notch. So I got to talking though. He's like, "You working today?" Every day. What do you do? I was like, we milk a few cows, do a few things. So, nice people. But I'm gonna eat my lunch, and we're gonna get loaded up. We got the information from, you know, my sister about her horse.
I believe it's War Admiral.
War Admiral. And
which is a very, very common, famous stallion that a lot of horses were bred to.
But didn't War Admiral race Seabiscuit? Was
he
that
did,
what it was?
and
Okay.
Seabiscuit beat him.
So there
War
you go.
Admiral
There
was
you guys
huge,
go.
Seabiscuit was small, big deal.
And Andy, the horse, won in its life 600 bucks.
Yeah, not much.
60 bucks.
Not much.
Big horse. So.
Big racer in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, so there we go. The 7520 came from Oklahoma. So I am just gonna agitate. So we'll switch it over to agitate, take it off the boom, jacks the pressure up, that's going into the tank. And then if we climb up here, so we got just water in here right now. As you see, it's spinning around in there. We'll get loaded. And what we're loading is just the Source. I might actually, let me look at something. Correction, putting two things in. Source, and I'm putting Grounded in. Grounded is, I'm reading the label, spray application, deposition aid with drift reduction technology. it's meant to help the product stay where you want it to be. So it's recommended with Source if you're not using anything else, if you're just spraying water, to do something like that, which we've been using it on everything, so that when we spray the product, it stays on the plant longer to help it. If it's to kill the plant, to help it kill the plant. If it's to help the plant, to help the plant. So I got it mixed up, grounded, and Source is going in the tank right now just with water. Get it covered, wash my hands down. When I'm loading, I got gloves on, but you take it off because you can't feel anything to actually pick stuff up. I do like this little rinse tank that's here. I need to get some like wet naps that stick to this or something to actually clean your hands all the way. So I'll let that work itself up. I figured we'd do a little cut through. As you see, all our grass is all burnt up. 92 degrees today. Slight chance of rain tomorrow. Slight chance of rain on Thursday. It says heavy rain on Saturday, but that is 6 days away. That corn's still looking good, but we'll walk out over there and I'll show you what it's doing in the other field. This is the stuff I planted the other day. A little rough looking. I'm hoping it grows something now. Looks way better worked up, with no green residue on it. I know there's a lot of people that do no-till into green residue, into standing cover crop, stuff like that, but we are not set up for that, and we can't. It doesn't make any sense for me to even try to set up for that. We'll go down here. That corn looks friggin' really, really good. I am very happy with how that corn came out. Over here, what do we got? A little bit of grass. It's okay, it's growing. That stuff should be about ready for second cutting, but because of just no moisture, it's been real slow. We need some moisture. So I know there's plenty of places that got too much moisture this spring. Send it our way if you got too much now. But let me show you here in this field, because this is a good representation of what we are doing right now. And I can show you pineapple crop. So this field, I'd say 75% of it looks really, really good as far as it's still growing well. This field, you can see, I sprayed this a week ago or so. You can see what it does. It kills off anything. This is all dying, but cleans it up. But as you can see, corn is starting to shrivel up, and it took me many years, and I learned that when it starts doing that, it's actually protecting itself so it doesn't have as much leaf form, so it doesn't dry out as much. That is what I've learned. I'm not an agronomist, but yeah, this stuff looks pretty good other than it's dry. So this field cleaned up very, very well. You can see where my tire tracks, I must have been trying to get out or something, because I went across and across and across. But once you get out here, this corn looks like, this is what I want to see. That little plant, that little guy died, but I'm happy with this. It cleaned up everything. So our spray program's on point as far as what we're putting down, but as far as getting it on time, I really like to do some pre-emergence again, get back into it, and I think we can. It's just timing of this year. But you can see this field got manure last fall and got chisel plowed. Most of it looks really, really good, but you can see where it was wetter, where the crop just tapered off. So down in the wet hole, it lost the nitrogen. So I'm gonna get some fertilizer, some straight urea, and I got a few fields that I've been spraying, and I know what needs what now. That is the good part of doing everything. You can go back and hit the spots that you need. Rest of the field, I'm not going to put urea on it. Down right here, yeah, we'll do a little bit. I got some fields that really need it. Well, yeah, hopefully our pineapple crop turns back into a corn crop here in the near future, because it's unfortunate if it's not. Looks pretty sad, all starting to shrivel up like that. This was my concern. It is dry. All this corn shriveling up. I know this ground over here is dry. I don't know how this got here. I didn't see it. Oh, this is all the cultivated ground that I'm way behind on. Where I cultivated it actually came up. We gotta hit it again. We might do that tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully it rains some. This stuff looks sad. But hopefully spraying some source gives it some more life as far as but this crop's probably going to be a failure, so we'll keep going, trying to get it good. Yeah, friggin' pineapple farming. Look at it all curled over. It looks halfway decent cleaned up. Through here there's still some weeds and whatnot. Hit it with another pass of the cultivator, see if that can clean up. So this is, I cleaned the tank out so there's no chemical in it. Flushed it out, ran all the nozzles through. But hopefully some rain, cultivate it again, clean it up, and it gets growing. But I'm a little hesitant. I pray it rains. I pray people don't throw their trash out in the fields. There we go. So this is over by the military base, and this is my own property, so it's a little sad looking at it right now. I'm praying it rains. But somebody did say in previous video, Don Myers said, because they were playing taps or whatnot at 9 o'clock the other night, on the military post revel is played at 7 a.m. to signal the beginning of the day, and retreat is played at 5 p.m. to signal the end of the day, followed by the national anthem at 9 p.m. Taps is played to the honors of those lost. It signals the beginning of quiet time on the post. I read every comment, so I just can't answer every comment. That's why in videos down the line, I usually talk about them or answer them. If I sat down and answered every comment, it'd take me way longer than anything I do. So I appreciate all the comments, and I do love reading through them, and I learn a lot of things from you guys. I do like to correct people that are completely wrong or ignorant, because otherwise that just keeps spreading. But you guys are awesome in the comment section, so I do read absolutely every single comment. This thing's gonna need a bath, but we'll get chain back up. We got one more section of fields to do. So this field I sprayed early, and I don't think it got enough source on it because I was early on it, but we will see. It's kind of a little comparison down in here. So I did a pass around the outside, and right now I'm coming down inside here, and I had run out of spray, and I said, well, I'll come back and do it later on. And this corn looks like, other than my row shutoffs, I don't have row shutoffs, for those of you who don't know. If you had row shutoffs on GPS, when you come to this line and you've already planted that, it would shut it off. It would shut it off, and you wouldn't have corn overlapping into the next one. Or I could plant, such as this row, I could keep planting all the way to the end, and I wouldn't overlap all out there. So this corn looks really good, actually. Like really good. So I'm really excited to actually see what this does. But I'm coming down in here because I had missed. I ran out of chemical. You can see all clean, right? Weeds. So that is what we're preventing by spraying. Clean gives the plant the best life, best opportunity to grow. Weeds, it's competition to actually grow. It's competition on water, and it's competition on soil nutrients. So I'll hit this one little spot. You can literally see that I came right here with the sprayer and right there. So I got a little bit of spray left in the tank, and I was driving by and I said, you know what, I never sprayed the little last corner down here. So night and day difference. It's, yes, I cultivate some corn. Do I think it's better? I think it grows better corn in the right environment. This year it's going to struggle because we just don't have the water. I was late on cultivating it. Spraying, when utilized correctly, it's a no-brainer. So we've built, and as far as the side of spraying, so I got glyphosate in there, which is Roundup. That is what glyphosate is. What I have in that tank compared to what you can go to Home Depot at, and somebody going into Home Depot, a homeowner, buying a bottle of Roundup and walking over to every weed and going tss, compared to what I'm doing, that is way less environmental impact than anything a homeowner does with any of that side, or like golf courses. But the number one, like, homeowners, lawn care, utilize so much more chemical and fertilizer than farmers ever do. The waste on it is ridiculous. So people say, oh my God, Monsanto, farmers, chemicals, oh, it's toxic, lawsuits. There's lawsuits for everything. But they point out that Roundup is probably the best thing for food production ever. Genetically modified and Roundup, which genetically modified is for Roundup. Well, it's part of it. Because this plant here is genetically modified, so it will not die with glyphosate. So, but that is a damn good looking field. I am very happy. Looks great. Just needs some rain. So previously we were over in the corner of this field here, and you can see my pineapple yields up there. But I'll hit this. This stuff still has some moisture in the ground. It was planted later. We took the cover crop off, came in, planted it, and it's gonna jump. This heat, if it got some rain, it's gonna look really, really good. So I'm very, very satisfied with how it's doing. Well, I figured I'd jump out before I spray that and show you the difference between it, because yes, farmers understand that, and there's a lot of people on here that aren't farmers that watch these videos, and night and day difference, you can see. And it's not like I skipped it because I skipped it. I just ran out of product. I got to the end and I had no more product, and I said, okay. So yeah, wild. Chemistry and the world to feed more people with less ground, less inputs. Hats off to the chemists. I took intro to chemistry, or I forget what it was, chemistry, biology, I forget. I took one class, and about the third class, it's the only class I ever dropped out of, or stopped taking in Cobble Skill. I did drop out of it. Third class, I was like, I have no idea what they're saying. So, and I wish I had paid attention, I'd pushed myself some more on it, because hell, the amount of information alone this year, between working with the people from Source, working with nutritionist friends, or agronomist friends, and soil people, learning from other people, every year I tried to do better and better with crop work, and it's clearly gone in the right direction. We're still at the mercy of Mother Nature, but like that by far right there is the best stand of corn, like overall this year, best stand of corn I've ever had. And I can't completely say it's because of the corn planter. I think we're doing better with our fertilizer program. We're definitely doing better with spraying program. As far as when we're on time, we're doing a much better job. But we're feeding the crop better. We're doing better with the crop, and every year you got to do better. Otherwise, if you're doing the best you can, hey, you're sitting on the corn. Oh, come on, get your butt off the corn. Get your butt off. You're hot. You don't want to be out here any longer. If you tell me that you're doing the best you can, I know you've already given up. Like, that is the best you're gonna do. You always got to push yourself to do better, because there's always room for improvement. So doing the outside rows, we always have struggles that it just doesn't yield well. Some of it's compaction, some of it's not getting the fertilizer over to it, some of it's weed control. Like right here, nothing planted. So I'm doing better at it, but that's still something that I've got to focus on. I'd like to get a set of rippers just to go around the outside pass of every field so that we get more consistent, because there's no reason why this plant shouldn't look more like that plant. It's little things like that. So alrighty, let's spray out the rest of this tank, and then that's probably going to be it for today. It's a Saturday. No, it's a Sunday. It is definitely Sunday. So hey, those 3 corn plants you killed, those are going to come out of your allowance, okay? Definitely come. Did you get paid for this job? We made it. We are actually caught up as far as crop work. What are we gonna do with ourselves now? It's not like we got anything to do. Actually, this whole week I got startup, so we got a lot of stuff to do as far as that side of it. But we're caught up on spraying. If it doesn't rain, we're not gonna have much to mow for second cutting. I'm hoping it rains, so anybody praying, pray for some rain for us. But we got some wrenching to do. We got quite a bit of wrenching to do. I'm still gonna do another pass of cultivating over there, even though it's looking pretty sad. And then I got some top dressing. Probably towards the end of the week, we're gonna run out we'll get some fertilizer in on just a small portion of our ground. Most of our ground corn looks really, really good. Yeah, it's been good. We've had our struggles, we've had our ups and downs, but as far as us, we've been good. So this needs to get washed tomorrow. I got my buckets on here. Yeah, this tractor ain't bad for what it does, but somebody yesterday did say they got a 6175, a 6195. Yeah, yes, I know all the sizes in between, but I think from here up to a 60, the next size up is a different frame. They're all the same motor, just tweaked. Which the motor's a good platform. It's the same platform as the 7320 over there, just with more emissions on it. So the sprayer was good. It was a good investment. Definitely saved me some time, especially being minimal help. It's wide. It's pretty neat. Somebody said you could drop tube nitrogen with it. We can't drop tube nitrogen because these are on 20-inch, so nothing would ever line up right. I guess we could tweak it. Definitely in the spring. So my plan this fall is we're gonna put cover crop on like everything, but we're gonna get it in early because now we got the air seeder. We can run a bunch of ground, 2 manure trucks, stuff like that. And then in the spring, we're not spreading any manure on any cover crop ground. Put liquid nitrogen on. So I think that would be a better bet. Less running over, 60 foot at a time, narrow spacing to kickstart it. And then what I really want to do, and I said it last year, and everybody was kind of against the idea of having wetter feed, which I don't think it's the end of the world. I want to get like a 20-foot draper head because I have a combine attachment plate for the cloth chopper, and then direct cut it in. That way we're not picking up rocks, destroying stuff. Minimal picking up rocks. They'd have to be a big rock and hopefully you'd see it. But the second you mow it and you rake it, maybe we should get a merger. That's really what we should do, but we ain't getting no merger. Not yet. Alrighty. It's Sunday. I appreciate you guys watching along. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. I parked it here. They could pressure wash it tomorrow. I guess they're redoing the horse trailer floor. They move cattle with it. I guess that's what they're doing, but we'll sneak over here and check it out. This was a $500 trailer like 5 years ago, maybe longer than that. Give them a project to do. Oh yeah, look at that, new wooden floors over the wood that was already there. I don't know what's going on. Not my project. But yeah, we are out of here. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.